What has been going on with Caleb? What has been going on with Caleb? My top favorite YouTubers would be like Kaleb City, Shoe on Head, PewDiePie, Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, and then I always loved Draw with Jazza. I grew up watching Jazza, that's funny. That's a good one. I used to want to be an artist, you know, and draw and do animations, but the amount of work and time invested in order to get anything done. I love how Shoe and Head says, like, people go on YouTube with their autistic rants. That's like very relatable. I'm just here to autistically rant. And I have like ADHD and I'm scattered all over the place, and you know, in order to have, I desire discipline, and it's easy to be disciplined in a company. It's easy to just have someone tell you what to do and guide you, but doing it completely alone and on your own through your own free will and having discipline in that, dangling the carrot and telling yourself where to go and what to do. Man, is it just me, or is it really hard to be disciplined, especially in the attention economy today, where, you know, time is money, and what you do and how you interact and engage with people, that's just, you know, I think we're eventually leading towards a universal basic income. Not that I'm supporting that, but I'm articulating it because I think automation and the longevical survival ability of where the economy is going, that's just the inevitable actuality of what will end up happening. And so what will be the exchanged commerce of value in humanity? That's so like, okay, that's a really deep topic that might be over a lot of people's heads. Basically, in layman's terms, robots taking jobs, and that's a scary future. And so it's like I have a hard time focusing and knowing where to pivot my time and energy. I mean, it's very simple. Diving into that complexity, it comes back to a simplicity always. I think humanity will always be root code based reality in singularity, but that yeah. So I'm a huge nerd. I was talking about this earlier to myself, thinking about how I'd say that Shoe on Head is obviously like, she's like in between, like if we did above and below. I know this might be really offensive. I'm not the one to judge me all you want, because this is messed up, but it's true. I'm going to say the truth. I'm not going to lie. Would you rather have a harsh, bitter truth or a sweet, soothsaying lie? I'd rather be told the truth. Red pill me, daddy. And above would be like male and female, jock and prep, and then it'd be like the nerds and the emo girls or goth girls. And I was like, I made a TikTok being super judgmental about about goth emo scene punk girls. But what's the difference between that category of people versus like the preps or your cheerleaders or your, I mean, it's hard. I hope you can forgive me for the judgment of my eyes. I've always been right in the middle too myself. It's not too hot, not too cold, but just right. And right in the middle. I mean, it's a math equation too. Above, so below. Essentially, how wheels and cycles and cyclical, anthropological, psychological, behavioral analysis, it gets a lot, very complex. But I've always been like jock nerd and right in the middle somewhere, you know, because I do like parkour and stuff. But we, not me. That's a feedback loop I've been practicing. It's like, because I never forgot. I practiced the feedback loop of we, not me, because that's our true leader. And whatever business you're leading, in my YouTube channel, in my Kinetic Movement Studios company. But the problem is, what was I gonna say about we not me, what else? That's a powerful thought, and you have to fight for it. I've picked apart the Matrix so much. We have basically head crabs on every single human's brain on Earth. Maybe I shouldn't say that, maybe I should, whatever. Sleeper agent Dr. Kai. He's gonna tell you how it is. I need to hold my tongue, because knowledge is always taken for granted, like especially like the CIA. Like when they don't reveal all the information, because once you know, it's like, oh, the answer's simple and I don't give a shit. That's how most people usually behave. And it's like, it could take someone their entire life just to get that pearl of wisdom, and if you just flaunt it out aimlessly, you gotta somehow leverage your knowledge and value. Everything revolves around the highest families. Every story revolves around the highest families. Not to be narcissistic or egotistical, that's what I was gonna say. Humility, kindness, gratitude, being humble while articulating the truth, because the highest families, it's a mirrored image of what they are and who they are and what they've done. Royals and Jews, and the world kind of revolves around them. And so that you really want to get to time and money. The time and money is supporting the upper echelons. But most of society wants to eat the rich, and I'm like in a really weird place where it's like, I just want to go home. I just want to honor people and love people. I feel like a long time ago I came to the conclusion of like the whole politics, because I was deep in politics. I love Obama and I love Trump. And thank you, Biden, for your service. That is a mindset that is like triple positives, because most people have negative mindsets and they don't realize that these negative mindsets, conscious and subconscious, soft and hard science, we are being subverted unconsciously by our environment and who we hang out with and our mindsets. And if you have a negative mindset, no one wants to be around that. You want to be around positivity. Now, I do complain a lot. Sometimes complaining is necessary. I do believe in a necessary evil. Philosophically, you got to be careful going into that, because that can become inhumane on the far extreme polarities of what you're articulating. But there's truth in all of it, and omnipotence, all potential, and omniscience. And so analyzing data at that scope of articulation is intriguing and a fascinating thing. So what's been going on with Kaleb? Kaleb has been like... So anyways, judgment. Judgment is where the money is, because that gives you insight on where people are headed. Okay, so that's why it's we, not me, and that's why it's like it has to be humble service. And I've been praying a lot to Elohim, Abba Father, Yeshua, Yahweh, Jesus, Vater God, Papa Bog, Father God, and trying to get to the root of like where humanity is going and why. And a lot of people, I've been talking to my parents, they're just like, worry about yourself. And it's like, well, this is myself. Okay, this is where I'm heading, and hopefully it's somewhere good. And it's like, the thing is, lately it's like, well, I'll be honest, I've been battling with adultery, and in our society, majority versus minority, the majority of society, nobody cares, and that's sad. Basically, I show up to reality with my authentic face. When most people play all these sneaky games and lie and always trying to negotiate deals that are ripping people off and cheating, I don't have those values in my heart. I believe in righteousness and honor and integrity and honesty and the truth. It is about the politics. I feel like I've been battling politics in an unseen world that Caleb's been getting lost in. And anyways, there's so much more. You really want to know the truth? You really want to know the truth? Bonjour. Du Pierre Diesmier. I am a sleeper agent from World War II. And I've come here for a message from the kings. That's a fun story. I'd love to do some really nerdy role playing, like Half-Life 3, Nvidia's Omniverse, Mark Zuckerberg's Metaverse, and somehow in the culture convergence in YouTube. My dream is to have like I've never gone to Comic-Con. I would love to go to like Renaissance fairs and Comic-Con and mix Comic-Con, Renaissance fairs, and like the furries or something, and have like some magical, bigger than Disneyland. Like that's what we need. Because humanity, after COVID-19, humanity has been in such a contracting phase of human civilization, which Shuan Head was talking about, the male loneliness epidemic, the female loneliness epidemic, the humanitarian crisis lonely epidemic. And so we need some sort of expansion and contraction in the cycles and seasons. We need a season of villages and connectivity instead of separateness. Democrats say diversity is our strength, but I also believe united we ever stand better strong. And so both is true. Both we should be diverse in our uniqueness, but when we come together and when we unite, that's when powerful things happen, and that's where the love is in humanity. And that's what we need, to be honest. You know, would you help me somehow embark on this journey and spark some sort of another revolution of human consciousness? Obviously, the first thing I feel and hear is there's a lot of fears, because there's a lot of sharks in the world that just want money and they don't care about people. Well, I care about people. I care greatly about the human family is what I should be articulating and focusing on, instead of thinking about so much of the truth of our diversity. It's very true. Differences are natural in nature versus nurture. I feel like I've been like a hikikomori, you know, and time traveling in places that the average person could not comprehend. Say hopefully that's not offensive. Maybe someday humanity will comprehend at a higher articulation and we'll all evolve together, and that's what we dream of, is the Star Trek fantasy, where Star Wars, where no matter what differences we are, we're on a united front, and like Earth Defense Force. That was a funny game I played a long time ago. They're like fighting giant ants. So Caleb's been in an ideological spiritual warfare. That's where I've been wondering what the heck is up with me, if you even care. I know most people don't care. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Life and death is in the tongue. I feel like there is a lot of people that care. There's people that care greatly and want to be close with their human family. You know, I've dreamt dreams of, you know, meeting all the great YouTubers and a YouTube convention mixed with all of it. And, you know, I would love to make videos with like Quarter Digital. I'd be a huge slut for Quarter Digital and Freddie Wong and Brandon and the classics and the origination of like visual effects teams and animation and all that. I love those guys, you know? And if you're listening, if this ever reaches to people that even care, it's like, dude, I was a huge Filthy Frank nerd, man. Like, I know a lot of people said that we can never go back to that, but I argue there does have to be checks and balances of a necessary evil. That's where the fun is. But all the businesses and the corporations, everyone's so cranky and serious in the adult world. The adult world's all black and gray and robotic and IQ, intellectual intelligence, but the children and the heart of the world is the emotional intelligence. You know, air, fire, water, earth. Our water, our hearts, our souls versus our mind and body, our spirits. Spiritually, people want to be like beep boop bop, we're perfect, never sin. It's like, it's just an unrealistic thing. Humanity flourishes in seasons of chaoticness. That's what the American dream is all about. The American dream in the Wild West. It's called wild for a reason. It's not controlled, the Wild West. And we need a necessary evil again in order to flourish and blossom a greater economy towards the future. This is math. This is real math, physics, and science. What I'm articulating. It's a very simple nothing's by accident in my hypothesis. By accident, coincidence, or pattern. The universe is entirely of patterns, and with the French Resistance. You know, I haven't really been sure what to do. Like, I want to connect with people. I'm really alone. I'm honestly really alone, guys. I really want to connect with people, and I want to have like my dream would be like build a YouTube community. Like, so where's Jolly Jim been? I don't know. I didn't really care to embody that character anymore. He's gross. It's like the weakest. It's the most highest mockery of the self to be the weakest like that and cringiest. I don't know. It's just not who I am. I do want to put on a show though. Don't get me wrong. You know, I want to act different characters. Oh, the lawyers. We're going to have to deal with so many lawyers. Oh my god. Okay, well, that's pretty much it. I just want to be a YouTuber. Spent my whole life trying to be an artist, and I'm about ready to become... I've been battling on the edge of, like, Jim Carrey talked about, like, the fear of practicality versus following your dreams, and constantly on the edge of only ever being a wage slave in a wage cave and chasing the money. That's just the reality of the situation. That's where Caleb is. Caleb wants to make more YouTube videos, but I'm trying to clean myself up, and I'm winning. And the good team is winning. Please, 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 bitte, пожалуйста, message me in the comments. I will try my best to comment back and talk to you. Reach out to me, please, so we can build awesome things. Comment, feel free to comment, feel free to subscribe, feel free to embark on this journey with me. Let's do this together. Let's make some awesome content.